video, my last video, y'all, I start talking about some things, and per usual, they cut my video off. Stopped me in the middle of what I was saying. You know, this country where you have freedom of speech. Evidently, only people actually have freedom of speech. Only certain people. And if those certain people think you're capable of telling something you know about them, they're going to try to suppress you as much as possible. And then the ones that end up telling what they know about them be the ones they keep closest to them. That's what be the funny part about it. Be the ones that they trusted the most wind up snitching on them. The ones that had the power. Those be the ones that end up telling on them. And at that point, I feel like you get exactly what you deserve. Especially when you don't went out your way and tried to do all this stuff to other people. Now somebody I was sitting right in your corner gonna end up telling on you. So as soon as something don't go their way, because that's the kind of people that's around them, people that are like them. And so if they do shady stuff like that, what you expect to go around? Birds of a feather flock together. And so it may be all laughing and fun when you're doing it to somebody else. But what they say, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. So when it start happening back to you, it's not as fun. When it start being people that was close to you, it's not that fun anymore. It ain't that fun anymore. So yeah, that's where we at today. And so my first video earlier, it cut off. I don't know what happened. I can go back and tell y'all a lot of the stuff that was in it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll tell y'all later everything that was in it, because it just cut off all of a sudden. We do have people that are part of the LGBTQ community that was in there, though. And family, military people, all of that. Hi. When I did turn my camera back on, though, it showed me the video. Like, part of it was able to save, like, 10 minutes of it. But then it disappeared, so I don't know if it's actually on here where I can still post it or not. But I guess we're going to see. If not, I can always just do it over, because I pretty much know what the video was saying anyway. I know what it was saying. 404. Somebody could definitely be from Atlanta. But I just seen here 404. It's gonna keep falling, y'all. It's gonna keep falling. It's not even a reason for it to keep falling like this, but for whatever reason, it keep leaning. No, it's just like it's also wasn't a reason for my videos to stop when they stop like they do. My signal be full, but they just stop out of nowhere, so it makes sense to me. Makes sense to me for it to not make sense. So anyway, let's see what's in this energy. Holy Spirit, archangels, please allow me to channel the messages from the energy that surrounds us. Well, that popped out. I swear, y'all, it ain't no reason at all for this thing to keep falling like it is. No reason. But it keeps leaning. It will not sit up. Some days it'll sit up here the whole time and won't move at all. I can open and close the door. It won't move. It'll sit right there. And so I know it's not just the subtle vibrations of the car. Nothing else is moving but me. But it keep leaning to the side. This one just popped out. Karma. Karma. Somebody's about to get their karma. I say all the time, you reap what you sow. I feel like it's now some people's turn to get their karma. And whatever this is. Artist right here. Got an artist. Someone can't have children. And they could be a salty beach because they can't have children. Y'all know what that is. I know what that is. Or something could be really significant about a beach. Something could have happened on a beach. But I feel like this person is just salty because of whatever it is that they're going through. Weight could be an issue for someone here. This can also be an issue for someone here. Somebody's evil. Somebody don't want to see times already. And as I'm telling y'all, I'm just going to keep going with the video because it's failed that many times already. It all of a sudden went out. It just came right back on, y'all, but it went out. And so that's for sure somebody telling me they don't want me doing this video. I hate for people to even be watching me. That's what I was saying earlier in the last video. We don't have the freedom of speech like we should have because you constantly have people who watch you. They don't mind their own business and they go out their way to try to respond and do certain things to you that is going to hurt you. They don't want you winning, but they feel like they should be the winners. And then they wonder why God don't give them certain things. Because look at you. Look at you. People know. At least God does anyway. You may be, you can confuse other people, but you can't confuse God as to who you are. He knows exactly who you are as a person. So when y'all be fake smiling and pretending you something you're not around other people and trying to tear somebody else down who really is what you want to be, that's why God don't give you certain things. That's why you out there want to be and you're not actually being. Because you are who you are. And until you change these negative things about yourself, you will always be a wannabe and trying to convince other people that you're not the wannabe. You will always be watching somebody else. And what kind of life of trash is that where you got to always watch somebody else's life? Can you imagine that? I can't even imagine that because me, I'm the type of person that mind my own business. I be in my own zone anyway. That's why I spend a lot of time by myself. And so it really puzzles me how other people can't mind their own business, how other people will constantly watch you and everything you're doing and then be out in the world pretending that they have this amazing life when they be keyed in on every second of your life. Everything that you do, everything that you think, everything that you say, everything that you are, they are on it. Whether it's to try to use your words against you, to try to make you look a certain way, or whether it's because they're about to go back and repeat something to try to make them look a certain way. For whatever reason, they will spend their life watching you. And what kind of life is that to have when you so focused on everything that's not you? Like, you really have to be a miserable person inside, and I bet it has to make you even more miserable to know that you're always watching something that you want to be so bad and you can't be. Like, just do something to fix yourself and be who you are. Don't be watching and trying to drag down other people because you can't be who you want to be, because you'll never be somebody else. You will never be somebody else. Even if you focus on them all day long and try to learn their every move and the way they talk and the way they dress, even if you mimic everything that they do, you will still always be a copycat. You will always be a knockoff version of them. Imagine that. And honestly, that it has to be depressing to know you'll never measure up to what you're trying to be, because you're trying to be the wrong thing. You're trying to be everything but yourself. Imagine that. Reiki, low key. Somebody's name could definitely be Key. Got one of those in my family myself. I can't imagine it's them, but that's how people do. They pretend to have so much self esteem out there in the world when truly they lack it, when truly they are high in depression, when the truth is they wish they could be what they can't be, who they are not. And again, I say the best thing to do for that is to just fix yourself. Be who you are and not who you want to be, because God made you you and He made me me. So you can't watch me enough to be me. You can only watch me enough to imitate me. And it don't matter how much magic you throw and how many love spells you do. And for the people who do love spells, y'all know what I think about that. You gotta be trash to try to make someone chase after you and make somebody think they love you. It's not love that you get, and the only thing you get from doing a love spell is attention. And people stuck on you when they shouldn't be. And it just brings out other situations. You wind up stuck with someone who's abusive, mentally, physically, emotionally abusive. You wind up being stuck with a serial cheater because they never wanted you anyway. You did all. They never wanted you anyway. And so it'll get to the point where you want to leave now. Unless you're one of those type of people who just be stuck there for the money, and you'll be all type of abused as long as you can drive off in your nice $250,000 car. As long as you can wear the best makeup when you cover up that black eye you done got, then it's people like that. It's people like that. Be just fine with being abused and used, as long as they can get to the money, as long as they can create the illusion in the background that they are something that they're not. I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, y'all. See what I'm talking about? How many times I closed that glove compartment and I had to slam it, and this thing didn't move. For me to be making barely any moves and it kept falling over like that. Well, let's see. What just flipped over here? What just flipped over? Unconditional love, the blueprint. That's what they're looking for, the blueprint. How you do what you do. How you are who you are. So they can try to step into those shoes, which they're still not going to be able to step into, because unconditional love is something you got to have in yourself. It's not something you can imitate. Something that has to be there. I feel like that's there in you, or in the person who these people are watching. I feel like you give a lot of unconditional love. You give a lot and you don't expect anything back. And so people would probably call you for free. And I don't mean call you like pick up the phone and call you for free. I mean, they would probably call you a person who is for free, because you give wholeheartedly, while they only giving when they can get something out of it. Again, these are people who, they want to be you. They try to figure out how you are you, so they can try to somehow take your place. But they are still lacking when it comes down to so much. And one of the things they lack is the ability to love, let alone give unconditional love. Because if they're not getting anything out of it, then it's not even a place where they want to be. Versus when they getting something out of it, it's a place they kill to be. They would sabotage to be. They will take somebody else down, ruin somebody else's reputation, make somebody else look stupid, even take somebody else's life in order to be in that place when they can get something out of it. What else here flipped over? Gratitude. It's another thing that they would be lacking if they were trying to take your place. Gratitude. They're not appreciative of what it is they have when they have it. They're always looking at someone else and what it is they lack, what someone else could be getting over them. And we have celebration right here as well. And so not only are these people lacking the blueprint because they don't have love, let alone unconditional love, they don't have this gratitude because they're not appreciative of where they are and what it is they have. They're always comparing themselves, always watching. But I feel like because you do have this unconditional love, you do have this gratitude, you are appreciative for where you are, and you realize, for me, that I couldn't do it without God because I don't have nobody else. And y'all wouldn't believe some of the things that I've went through by myself with people who I thought would be by my side because of what I've given to them, both financially, mentally, spiritually, the way I've lifted them up, and you get nothing in return. Nothing in return. And so you wouldn't believe some of the things I've came out of by the grace of God. And so I'm appreciative of where I am now, although most things around me is not like I would like it to be. And when I say most, I mean like 99%. 99.5% is not like I want it to be, but I know it could be worse. And so I appreciate where I am. because the only thing I compare it to is where I could be if I didn't have God in my life. And so, yeah, somebody out there could be like me. They show unconditional love. They do things and they don't expect things in return. People could do stuff to them and they forgive them. You may not forget, but you forgive them. And you're still willing to help people even after they've kind of sabotaged you, even after they have done things against you, depending on what it is they've done. But you're still willing to be there for someone. You don't like to see other people hurt with this unconditional love right here. And probably because you have been hurt a lot. And so because you know how it feels, you don't like to see other people that there. And because you have this unconditional love and this gratitude, this appreciation for life, regardless of what it may look like for you at the moment, you could be coming into this celebration type of energy. Something good could be coming for you that's going to enable you to be able to celebrate because of who you are, because of where you've been, because of what you've had to overcome, and you still being the same person who you are. You're not letting these situations change you. It reminds me of that song that Mary J. Blige, I think it is. I Still Believe in Love. That's what that reminds me of. And so you could have went through a lot of things that should have taken you, that would have taken a lot of people off of their path, but I feel like you weren't shaken. And this could have to do with your faith. This could have something to do with your finances. This could have something to do with family. Put yourself wherever it resonates with you. Tolerance, y'all. Tolerance. That's what I was just talking about. Being able to accept stuff for what it is. Allowing people to be them and still kind of just being there for them, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just with certain things. You still being there for them. I feel like you've had to endure a lot. You've tolerated a lot of different things that you didn't have to, and most people wouldn't. Most people would just immediately walk away, especially knowing that they're not getting anything from it. And I feel like that's how I am in a lot of different situations. I give and I give and I give. I don't get nothing in return. And if you do, you can give this much and you'll get this much right here in return. This little bit right here. And that's how my life pretty much has been, my life. And so I just learned not to depend on people. And I'll do it myself. I depend on myself. I got a strong faith in God. And that's pretty much what I ride with, because you can't put your trust in people. You'll be disappointed every time. So I feel like a lot, like somebody has tolerated a lot. They've went through a lot. They've had to overcome a lot. And somehow you still manage to be grateful and still have this love, not just for life, but for certain people that you know may have done things behind your back to purposely hurt you. And because of that, you're about to be able to celebrate. Because of that, something is coming to you. Look, this person is just sitting out in nature with this feather in his hand and probably trying to connect with the Most High, trying to ground themselves. This could even be a person that was homeless. But the way he's sitting out under this tree right here, with something that appears to be some type of water bottle. You know what it is I'm seeing? You you have a lot of ancestors, spirit guides on your side. So whatever it is you were going through, again, like I say, I lean into my faith, especially when I'm going through a lot. Um, I do it when I'm not going through a lot, but I do it especially when I'm going through a lot. Lean into my faith, and this could be something that someone has done, and you've had God, you've had your ancestors, your spirit guides all around you, surrounding you, helping you get through something. And it's so funny that this gratitude card right here, this thing right here, it always reminds me of that angel. If you hear the angel described in the Bible, the one with the eyes that everybody be talking about, that's what this reminds me of, with the eyes. So maybe you've even show gratitude to your spirit guides, your ancestors, for helping you through whatever this is. I feel like you've had a lot of angels helping you. You could have Egyptian background. And then I look at this card here, and if you look very close to it, you can see all these little people right here. All those people are people who are surrounding you. These aren't people who are living. These are people from your past. People, when I say your past, I mean people who have passed. This is your spirit team. People that have been assigned to you to help you along this path, to help you walk this path, to help you on your journey. Because they knew you wouldn't have anyone in the physical that was actually helping you. And so as this person sits there under this tree alone by themselves, trying to ground themselves or whatever it is he's doing, you got spirit guides, ancestors, angels all around you, surrounding you, waiting to help. Not only that, but I feel like this person, and it may sound crazy, y'all, but I see that this person has both good and bad help in them. And it can't be a bad thing because that's what we talk about all the time, balancing yourself out again. And to balance yourself, you, you have to know that you have both good and bad in you. Now, you should always strive for the better part, to be in your north node, to show more of the good and suppress the bad. But I don't feel like this is you acting out in bad ways. I feel like these are your ancestors who are around you, and some of them are good and some of them may not be. And it may sound crazy to other people, y'all, to know that you are surrounded with both the good and the bad. But these are the ones who, how you have a good conscience and a bad conscience. And your good one's going to tell you all the good stuff to do, but the bad one's going to urge you to do bad. I don't feel like this is a good conscience and a bad conscience type of thing. I don't feel like the good ones are urging you to do good and the bad ones are urging you to do bad. I feel like the good ones are talking to you and trying to calm you down, and they're urging you to take the higher road and to do things in a positive way. And maybe some of the bad ones are out there handling things for you, if you know what I mean. They out there serving some karma up to some people, and you might not realize it because people may not show you what it is that they going through, but they out there serving up karma for you. I feel like that's what this is right here. And if you look real close, you can kind of see why I came to that conclusion of it's both good and bad, because you have the regular spirits here, the ones who I feel like are of the highest white light. But look at this one right here, just a random one in the middle of the group right there. Got the horns on their head. One over here, look like horns coming from their head. And so where it looks like most of this team is good, is of the highest white light, I feel like there may be one or two in here that's for you. They're for your good, but they are definitely not there to negotiate or try to bargain or try to barter with people. They are there to serve karma. They are there to make sure you receive justice. They are there to not turn the other cheek. They are there to shake up stuff, and not for you. It's for the betterment of you. They have to shake up stuff on the other side to help you to get to where you're going, to be able to walk in this divine purpose that God has for you, to do what it is that you're supposed to be doing, to receive what it is that you're supposed to be receiving. Maybe it's something somebody like you were supposed to get. Maybe it's something that you were supposed to have already and you're not receiving it because people on the outside are doing things to cause you to either miss this or to steal this or whatever it is they're trying to do. You know, I started off talking about people that are trying to be in your shoes, they're trying to take your place here. And so these people could be going through a series of events. It's because that's because you got a couple guys here that's not playing games with them. That's why. That's why. And so they could be looking at you thinking you're doing some type of black magic. And you're not doing none of that. You're not doing what they're doing because you're not stooping down to their level. But at the same time, there's some people on your team that are more than willing to stoop down to that level, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, well, she may not be on that page, but we right there with you on that same page. She might not know black magic, but we know it. Uh, no, I heard somebody say something in another reading I was listening to one day, and she was like, "These people are playing chess with you, and they looking at you, and they thinking it's a joke, and they're laughing because they know you don't know how to play chess. But it's people on your team, your spirit guides, it's people on your spiritual team who are masters at chess." And they don't realize that that's who they playing against. So while they looking at you and laughing because they're playing chess and you playing checkers, they don't realize your spirit guys are playing chess. And I feel like this is the case here. People may be looking at you and thinking you're an easy target. They're gonna get over you real easy. They can do a lot of things. They may even find it funny. They may have been laughing at this because they're out here doing this black magic. They're out here a part of these dark arts. They know things that you don't even try to know. Like you don't teach yourself. You haven't studied because it's not something you're interested in doing. But what they don't realize is you have people on your spiritual team who have mastered that art because that's all they did before they passed maybe. And so you could have shamans and practitioners, masters of the dark art, people who are highly connected to God, your angels. You have all of that in your bloodline, both the dark and the light. And I feel like depending on the situation, is it, what's gonna be there to help you out, the dark or the light. And it's not anything that you're doing. It's something that it's just there with you. It's not anything that you're calling on. It's something that's there for your protection. God made things, both of the dark and the light. He created it all. Now you got to be in the dark because of certain things, but he created it all. And so this is what's there protecting you. And so, for example, when I read these cards, I'm asking for spirit guides of the highest white light to help me to get certain answers that I want. But that doesn't mean that's all who's actually there. Just because I'm asking for the highest white light to give me these answers that I'm looking for doesn't mean some of the darker ones not over there watching you on what you're doing and making sure you're not able to get away with whatever it is you're trying to do over there in the background. That's not delivering you karma. That's not watching you sending spells and black magic and making sure it gets reversed back immediately. Who's not watching you try to give me car troubles. And so they gonna go and make sure yours don't turn on for the day. Or you have this accident that's gonna have your attention for the next week or so. It ain't me. So I'm minding my business. But evidently for the ones who don't mind their business, who like to be and control other people's business, control the environment around other people with these dark arts, don't think for 1 second that you're not going to win with that. You're not going to win with God. You're not going to win with this spirit team right here. But this person's surrounded by him. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. At least 16. And at least 2 of them are not the let's pray together type of spirits. We'll just say that. At least 2 of them will have the knowledge and the insight on everything that it is that you're doing. And so if you're in the background doing black magic, these people have mastered that before they left here. You ain't doing anything that they don't know. You're not doing anything that they don't understand. And furthermore, you're not doing anything that they don't see. Because this is what they're there for. Protection. They have someone protected. Y'all not going to get away with what you think you're going to get away with. It. This person is protected. And karma is being served. I can't make it up. Karma is being served. And so that's what I have, y'all. I'm going to end it here. I'll be back.